Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. Yeah, it's been exciting these last few weeks as I've had more and more calls from various medical practices, different clinics, asking about the work that I do and getting more referrals from different doctors and clinics, and then also being invited to come to the clinics and talk with the medical staff and to share with the medical staff about the work that I do, and actually some invitations to come in and start working within their facilities, working with their patients on site and offering some group sessions, and been contacted by a couple organizations and asking about possibilities of having me come in and do some work with their members as well. And that's been exciting, and it's also been somewhat of a curiosity, because in recent years the general attitude from medical doctors was that they pretty much had thrown up their hands with behavioral change issues when it came to health and things like weight loss, and just pretty much went to prescribing medications. In other words, rather than working with their patients at weight loss and exercise and healthy eating, they just pretty much skipped that step and went straight to giving medications that would deal with diabetes and heart disease and blood pressure and rheumatoid arthritis and things like that. So I came across a study that was from a couple days ago, and this was in WebMD, and it fits right into with what I'm talking about here. It says that the title is "Behavior Change is Key to Lower Heart Risk." Lowering heart disease risk factors accounts for 48% of decline in heart disease deaths. New medical and surgical treatments for heart disease may grab headlines, but it is improvements in risk factors such as lowering cholesterol levels and blood pressure that account for nearly half the decline in heart disease deaths, according to a new study published in the journal American Medical Association. Behavior changes and modification of risk factors accounted for 48% of the overall decreased mortality rate. What was surprising to the researchers was that although medical and surgical treatments improve, behavior change and risk factors continue to be important. Coronary heart disease, the buildup of plaque inside heart arteries, is still the leading cause of death, even though mortality rates from coronary heart disease have decreased over the past 3 decades. The researchers expected medications and surgical treatments would have played a clearly dominant role. Yet they found just 43% of the lower death rate could be attributed to medical and surgical treatments. The increase in diabetes and obesity found over the time period was linked to an increase in coronary heart disease death rates. High-tech surgery isn't the end-all, nor are medications. Even in this era, when we have many good medications available to us, all of which work quite well, the most basic things, exercise, eating properly, avoiding diabetes, and ensuring an ideal body weight, have a tremendous impact on outcome. You get the most bang for the buck with prevention. Acute, aggressive intervention like angioplasty yield a much smaller gain. By simply focusing on acute intervention, we're going to miss the boat. Refocusing attention on prevention and risk factor modification, disease management of coronary heart disease are key. That is just so exciting to see data that supports that we really do have to get back to the root and change our behavior. And that's where hypnosis comes in. And as if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I talk a lot about self-hypnosis and the light switch self-hypnosis technique, learning how to give yourself hypnotic suggestions, take yourself very deeply relaxed, and bring yourself back up all in 1 minute. And of course, the reason for a minute is so that you always have time to do this. Yeah, you may not have time for 27 minutes to listen to my Orange Blossom relaxation, but you certainly got a minute. Or if you have a little bit of extra time, maybe you can take 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. But learning how to do this very quickly, very easily, then it becomes a very powerful tool that you're going to use around motivating yourself to go exercise, that you're going to use to take charge of you instead of reaching for those donuts in the lunchroom, that you're going to get the grapes out that you brought. using self-hypnosis puts you back in control of you. And when it comes to other food issues, so that you eat slowly, you eat consciously, and can be in control of how much you're eating. So look around here at the resources at Hypnosis Health Info. Up there in the orange tab, or orange bar, you'll see a tab that says Self-Hypnosis, and there's the light switch self-hypnosis technique. The next drop-down tab is written suggestions. The next one is the Power Minutes, which are 1 to 4 minute MP3 recordings. And the last one are the hypnosis suggestions that I've used since 2008. And you're welcome to use those either word for word or to stimulate your own thinking on how to word your own suggestions. So take charge of your behavior. Don't rely on medications. Don't rely on surgery. Don't think, oh, medical science is going to cure me when I get the diseases from eating too many donuts or eating too much ice cream or eating the Snickers bars. Take charge of you. Start eating healthy. Start moving your body. Eat slowly. Eat consciously. Eat real food. And stop eating when your body says enough, no more. Put hypnosis to work. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.